This is macOS Ken.
Apple outs a new AirTag, a slew of software updates, and more on Tim Cook's lost weekend. It is Tuesday, the 27th of January, 2026. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from macOS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform for growing your presence online. Get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain with offer code macOSKen at squarespace.com/macOSKen. This show is also sponsored by Copilot Money, designed to make your money feel clear, calm, and fully yours. Money doesn't work the way it used to. You can buy things online while standing in line to buy other things. Everything comes with a subscription these days. Keeping up with all of it can be tough, but not with Copilot Money. It lets you track money coming in, money going out, where you stand on financial goals, and how your investments are performing, all in one beautiful interface, no matter what device you're using. Copilot Money has apps for iPhone, iPad, and the Mac, as well as a new web experience. All with a focus on privacy and with help from real people when you need it. From managing the money you have to planning, tracking, and staying motivated on savings, Copilot Money is your guide to your financial life. Try it and see at try.copilot.money/macOSKen. Go there and get a 2-month free trial with offer code macOSKen. Featured by Apple for its gorgeous design and as a smart way to save money, you can try it for no money. Get a 2-month free trial with offer code macOSKen at try.copilot.money/macOSKen. Copilot Money. Your money, beautifully organized, now across every device, at try.copilot.money/macOSKen. Apple hit with a new version of AirTag on Monday. Apple Insider wrote up the new offering, which is said to include a louder speaker, a better ultra-wideband chip, and more precise tracking. According to the report, the speaker is said to be 50% louder than the previous generation, according to Apple. While precision finding will likely be the way users track down the thing, Apple Insider figures the louder chirp is a boost for the tracker's anti-stalking function. Apple also says that the new AirTag incorporates a suite of industry-first protections against unwanted tracking, according to the report. Those are said to include cross-platform alerts and unique Bluetooth identifiers that change frequently. As for the more precise tracking, the original AirTag had a precision finding range of 50 feet, or about 15 meters. That was basically good for finding the thing in a small controlled area like at home or work. The new version supports precision finding up to roughly 200 feet, about 60 meters. Apple Insider says that significantly improves tracking for items that might have been lost in wide open spaces. While the precision finding thing is a feature of the new AirTags, you do still need a precision finder. A piece from Mac Rumors says the far-out precision finding is limited to iPhones with Apple's second-generation ultra-wideband chip. That includes all of the iPhone 15 models, all of the iPhone 17 models, iPhone Air, and most of the iPhone 16s. iPhone 16e does not have a second-generation ultra-wideband chip, according to the piece, limiting it, I assume, to the 15-meter, 50-feet precision finding range. The shape and size of the new AirTag are the same as the first-gen tracker, so any old accessories will work with the new ones. Prices are the same as well, with a single AirTag running $29 and a 4-pack going for $99. They are apparently available now. Also available now, the older, weaker, quieter AirTag. Apple Insider says outlets like B&H Photo and Amazon are pricing those to move, though the real savings are on the 4-pack. While both outlets have the single first-gen AirTags for $25.99 each, Amazon is selling the 4-pack for $69.99. A decent savings if you're cool not being able to hear it as well and having to stay close for precision finding. Release of the new AirTag sparked a flurry of software updates on Monday. A piece from Cult of Mac got it wrong with the headline, "Latest iPhone and Apple Watch updates are all about the new AirTag." In fairness, though, they were mostly about the new AirTag. Apple did release version 26.2.1 of iOS, iPadOS, and watchOS to support the second coming of AirTag. Those operating systems boost the precision finding thing. Support for the newest AirTag reached pretty far back, though. For devices running older operating systems, Apple released versions 18.7.4, 16.7.13, 15.8.6, and 12.5.8 of both iOS and iPadOS. As mentioned earlier, though, those weren't only for the all-new AirTag. For example, a piece from Mac Rumors indicates that the iOS 12.5.8 update was crafted specifically for iPhone 5S and iPhone 6. That means a software update for iPhones that are 13 and 12 years old, respectively. The heck? According to Apple's release notes, according to Mac Rumors, iOS 12.5.8 extends the certificate required for features like iMessage, FaceTime, and device activation, so they'll continue to work after January 2027. Cool that they are looking so far back and thinking ahead. The thing is, even iOS 26.2.1 had more up its sleeve than the new AirTag support. Another piece from Mac Rumors says those updates for iOS 12 and the rest address emergency call problems on older iPhones in Australia, as does iOS 26.2.1. According to the report, there was a technical failure in Australia last December that prevented iPhone 12 models from being able to make emergency calls. That was addressed in iOS 26.2, but iPhones predating iPhone 12 were apparently still having trouble. Yesterday's myriad iOS updates address that for the rest of the models. So basically, if you live in Australia and have an iPhone and there's an update available, you should download that update. In case of emergency, if for no other reason. More news in a moment, but first a word from today's sponsor, Squarespace, the all-in-one platform for growing your presence online. For years, we were happy to plant our flags on various social media platforms, rather than having our own sites. Slowly, various algorithms started leaving us behind, hiding our messages and feeds filled with anger and dumb. Your presence online should be yours. You can make that happen with Squarespace. Whether you're just starting out or scaling your business, Squarespace has tools to help you claim your space, grow your brand, raise your profile, and get paid if getting paid is what you're trying to do. If you're looking to sell physical stuff, Squarespace tools can automatically calculate shipping costs using real-time rates from local carriers. If you're selling an online service or content, let's say, Squarespace can gate your site, letting people see what's free while letting you set prices and rules for access to the paid parts. Check them out for yourself at squarespace.com/macOSken for a free trial. Then when you're ready to launch, use offer code macOSken to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Squarespace has changed a lot over the years. Take a look at what's new. Go to squarespace.com/macOSken for a free trial. Then use offer code macOSken for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Squarespace, the all-in-one platform for growing your presence online. Get started today at squarespace.com/macOSken. Apple's many mini updates were not the only action on the OS side on Monday. Pieces from Mac Rumors say Apple started the week seeding the third betas of iOS, iPadOS, macOS, watchOS, tvOS, and visionOS 26.3 to developers. None of those were really surprising. What was surprising was the seeding of the third release candidates of macOS Sequoia 15.7.4 and macOS Sonoma 14.8.4. A piece on those from 9 to 5 Mac expects them to be security-focused releases. The site also thinks they, and presumably the blankOS 26.3s, could see public release as early as next week. And finally today, apparent confirmation of Tim Cook's whereabouts on Saturday night. On the same day, federal agents killed a man for trying to help a woman up who those same federal agents had pushed to the ground. And the same day, a deadly winter storm was stretching across roughly 2/3 of the country. Yeah, it looks like Apple CEO Tim Cook was in the second row of the screening of the documentary Melania at the White House. Blowing Cook's cover, Melania director Brett Ratner. Ratner is known for such films as Tower Heist, X-Men The Last Stand, and the Rush Hour movies. And suddenly the president's interest in a fourth installment of the Rush Hour movies makes sense. Ratner, by the way, also known for accusations of sexual harassment or misconduct leveled by 6 women, including Olivia Munn, co-star on the Apple TV series Your Friends and Neighbors. Apple? Hang on a second, that's Apple's name. While most seem to have taken pains to not call attention to their presence, 9 to 5 Mac says Ratner posted pics from Saturday's White House screening to his Instagram story. Among those, a picture of Ratner side by side with Apple CEO Tim Cook. Now, I know nothing about the Ratner thing. I only mention it because 1, near as I can figure, he is the only person in attendance to have posted any such thing, and 2, Cook's pic with the director might make things awkward between Apple and one of its Apple TV stars. Maybe Cook can have a trophy made for her. Addressing his chumminess with the president was Mr. Cook. Oh, not recently. Before Trump's first term, in December of 2016, Cook and a number of other tech execs met with the then president-elect. A piece from TechCrunch from way back when says the group also included Sheryl Sandberg of Facebook, Jeff Bezos of Amazon, Larry Page of Google, Satya Nadella of Microsoft, and others. Some Apple employees were put out by the news and put a question to Cook. Quoting that, "Last week you joined other tech leaders to meet President-elect Donald Trump. How important is it for Apple to engage with governments?" Cook called such engagement very important, since governments can affect how companies operate both positively and not as positively. What we do, he said, is focus on the policies, listing privacy and security, education, advocacy for human rights, and climate change, among others. There's a large number of those issues, said Cook, and the way that you advance them is to engage. Personally, I've never found being on the sideline a successful place to be. The way that you influence these issues is to be in the arena. So whether it's in this country or the European Union or in China or South America, we engage. And we engage when we agree, and we engage when we disagree. I think it's very important to do that because you don't change things by just yelling. You change things by showing everyone why your way is the best. In many ways, it's a debate of ideas. We very much stand up for what we believe in, said Cook. In 2016, We think that's a key part of what Apple is about, and will continue to do so. No offense intended, but from outside, doesn't look like that's happening. And if it is, I'm not sure it's working. macOS Ken, brought to you by me, and sponsored by Copilot Money. Get a 2-month free trial with offer code macOSKen at try.copilot.money/macOSKen. This show is also sponsored by Squarespace. Get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain with offer code macOSKen at squarespace.com/macOSKen. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media, online at backbeatmedia.com. You can find me on Mastodon, macOSKen at mastodon.social. You can also send me an email, info@macosken.com. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Collect your tokens and let's get on to the next round.